In the van, quick! Gilbert, what's going on?
Confuse the opposition.
Come on, come on. Gilbert Martin, we've got to get him home.
We've got to get him safe.
Gilbert, it's the same thing.
No!
Get a move on, will you? Come on, in the van.
You'll be all right, now move. I'll be with you as soon as I can.
There he comes. He can shift the bus.
Come on!
Company's coming.
Heads down, kids.
I see him. I think I'll turn right. Why not?
Get out of the blasted way, will you?
Patience.
He's still there, I can see him.
Left or right?
Left. Where are we going, then?
Not far. You'll be all right.
We're used to minding people.
What we're paid for.
Of course I knew that you were at Falconley.
Well, I'd be a pretty poor security chief if I didn't know what my own people were up to, wouldn't I?
Now listen, Andy. I do not want you to take any further action against that school. No, nothing. It is not to be touched, right? Good. Now I want to see you back here. Yes, and hurry.
Lock up when you come in, Ted.
Right.
This is it.
How long are we staying here?
I wouldn't know. As long as it takes him to clear things up.
What's that?
Teacher from his school. He's staying with us, too.
Peter Farley?
That's him. Now, how about some soup? Tomato. Okay? Fine. Yes. Sure. So.
Listen, I'm on my way to London. Yes, London. I'm going to see our friendly boss. If he is our friend. Yes, well, I'll be in touch.
The kids, get them all together. Dining room.
They'll be in bed, half of them.
Let's get them up!
Finished? Let's have you back upstairs then.
How's it going then?
Come on.
Doesn't he ever stop?
I thought he was giving that line of work up, but...
He's gonna crack up. I know him.
Now, I'm sorry to get you all down here, friends, so late in the night, but I needed to talk to you. Now, first of all, those of you who have rooms near Main House may have heard some shooting earlier. Dreadful business. Now, it appears there's some sort of terrorist group with a big grudge against Falconley. One of them tried to kill me, so clearly they're not kidding. Now, the police are trying to round these nutters up, but in the meantime, for the safety of you all, they advise that we execute what they call a strategic withdrawal, which in plain language means a holiday for you all at the Icarus Foundation School in France. I've booked seats on flights leaving Heathrow in the morning, and you'll be savouring the joys of French cooking by lunchtime. Right.
So, what do you think?
I think you made a monumental nonsense of the whole thing.
Now, just you hold on.
Oh, once you were into that wretched school, there was no way of getting you out without causing even more damage. I tell you, Andy, I cursed you solidly, day and night.
You wouldn't know a thing about that place if it wasn't for me. Oh, maybe, Just maybe you're another friend of the Icarus Foundation. Because God knows they got plenty of them.
Is that what you think?
It would figure.
I suppose it would from your point of view, but for your information, I am no friend of theirs. Now, you just sit down, have some coffee, and listen.
I've managed to make contact with the chief.
And?
He's on his way. He says you're to do nothing until he gets here.
This is no time for inaction.
You will recall that last November I was at the Winterhalter conference.
Security boards within the community.
Exactly. And I found out that my European colleagues were as worried as I was about these Icarus schools. I had my doubts about Falconley, and they had about the schools in their countries. And we all had the same sort of feeling, that these schools were somehow connected with the theoretical development of military hardware.
But you had no proof?
None, but lots of muscle protection in very high places. We could none of us get near them. And I gave you the job of looking into the mystery of what was going wrong with our missile firings, and you, approaching the puzzle from the other end, so to speak, came up with Icarus. Well, good. Full marks to you, Andy.
Yes, I was wondering when someone was going to say thank you.
Well, not very many people felt grateful, I can tell you that. But the speed with which you were taken off the inquiry surprised even me.
Lightning from on high.
Well, it confirmed my worst fears. The link was there, established. And your work was done. Now, I tried to probe further, very delicately, but found it impossible. I just came up against a very high, very blank wall.
A conspiracy of silence.
Absolutely. And we have to face the fact that within our security services, and God help us, perhaps within the government, there are people who are prepared to reveal information about our missile firings.
That's a dreadful thought.
But something more. We also have to face the possibility that whatever weapon it was that destroyed those missiles could have been sold. Not only to a possible enemy, but to anyone ready to put cash down on the counter. The West, maybe the Chinese, and for aught I know, a gaggle of third world countries too. Now, they want the weapons, and that is why they all protect Icarus.
Who's behind it, then? The spider at the center of the web.
That's it, isn't it? Who? Because this is for sure. He has to be stopped. And now, this lad you've got has come up with this appalling bomb. Well, God help us all if that goes on the supermarket shelves.
That kid's all right. He's sound.
Well, exactly. It's not just the total immorality of all this trading round. It's how this character's using young people's minds. They should be the hope of the world, not the death of it. I honestly believe that this man, whoever he is the most dangerous creature that breathes. And you see, Andy, all your blundering about in that place will have only sent him scuttling back into the furthest corner of the web.
Well, as you say, I've blown it. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, forget about that part. That's ancient history. The question now is there anything we can save from the wreck? Now, you think about that. It's a long shot, but let's try it. Let's begin with one of the smaller fish. Your fat friend.
Frank. Broadhurst's in this.
Up to his neck. Now, I want you to see him. Tell him everything. Apart from this conversation, of course. But above all, you tell him where this lad is hidden.
The boy's going to be bait in the trap.
Yes.